Hey everybody, this is Purge, and I'm bringing you guys the second game from this best of 3. We're going to be watching Navi versus Absolute Legends. I'm not going to ruin the spoilers for anybody watching on the VODs, but it was a very quality first game, very well played. We're into game 2. This is a best of 3, so at max we're going to see another game after this. And the banning is going to start off. Absolute Legends going to ban out an Invoker, as well as the Sand King. Very interesting early Sand King ban. And even still, going to see a Lich ban from Navi, just to change things up a bit. So Absolute Legends knew who they wanted to go for. I'm sure they spent a little bit of time talking in between games, as did both teams, about what heroes they were worried about fighting. And Navi did actually utilize the Sand King in the previous game, which apparently Absolute Legends is happy enough about removing. So going to be interesting to see how this goes. One more ban coming out of Navi. I believe Absolute Legends does get the first pick this game. Night Stalker in the pool, Nature's Prophet in the pool, Chen in the pool. That's an important one as well. Godot plays a very good Chen. Probably not as good as Puppy's, but Puppy is like the Chen master, man. But he played Enchantress very well additionally, and played very similar to a Chen role. It's mostly the same thing, a little different, but it's actually going to be a Beastmaster ban. Navi going to ban weird stuff here on purpose. That way, the next two picks of theirs can be Imba heroes. So, Night Stalker in the pool and an Nature's Prophet. I'm expecting... No, completely forgot about Anti-Mage. So they're going to get an Anti-Mage pick here. Absolute Legends going with the Chen instead. I just expect Anti-Mage not be in any game ever, and as a result, he does actually get picked. And this is looking really scary for Absolute Legends because Anti-Mage has an absurd win rate. There's not really a whole lot you can do about it, in my opinion. Absolute Legends would need, hypothetically, I mean, the best Dota 1 counters to Anti-Mage still aren't in the game, and we're talking about Silbear and Lycan, and we need hard physical, tower-pushing heroes, carries at least, to shut him down. So they're going to pick up a Crystal Maiden as well as a Windrunner. They literally have their entire lineup focused around countering Anti-Mage, and this is the reason that Navi banned the Beastmaster, in my opinion. You know, Beastmaster is a pretty good Anti-Mage counter. The Roar is quite good at shutting him down, and Quillbeast is pretty good as well. And the attack speed aura is also good. Just increase your damage potential in short periods of time. But the Windrunner grabbed for the Shackle Shot. Shackle Shot, very long disable. Crystal Maiden picked up for her frozen feet, whatever you want to call it. Ice, her second skill. Her second skill, Ice Block, freezes him. He can't blink. It's wonderful. So those are very good skills for shutting down Anti-Mage, if possible. Their push power isn't ridiculous at this point, but we'll see how it works out. Venomancer gets picked up by Navi. It's going to give them a lot of counter push and push possibilities. And we still have two more picks coming for each team. Absolute Legends going to ban out a Enigma, fearing for that team fight and the jungling possibility. Darkseer will get banned by Navi here in the second round. I'm not really sure if we're going to see Absolute Legends play Darkseer. I know Darkseer is very popular. Well, I mean, they're not going to anymore because it's banned, but I know Fire, it's like their signature hero. Fire's signature hero is the Darkseer. They're the kind of the team that's really brought them into popularity, but Ancient Apparition does get banned as well by Absolute Legends, and a Shadow Shaman finally out of Navi. Navi's still scared of the pushing, and Shadow Shaman in this case is a really wise ban. I mean, we didn't see magical things happen with the Rasta in the previous game, but it doesn't mean it couldn't happen now. And Ventral Spirit going to be the next pick for Absolute Legends here. More minus armor, or at least starting off the minus armor. They're going to have a stun as well, and I'm assuming they're going to be going for a tri-lane situation. The fact that they have a Crystal Maiden and a Ventral Spirit right here makes me... You know, man, I don't really know what they're doing, honestly. They don't really have a top laner. Well, I guess it's going to be a Windrunner. But who's going to be on the bottom? Are they going to go carry Ventral Spirit? Is the real question. It's something that Navi's been... Oh my god, hell yeah, Navi, you're awesome, man. They pick up a Jakiro, hell yes. That is so awesome. I don't think I've seen Jakiro in competitive play in years. Literally years. But Absolute Legends is going for their staple of Tinker here. Very interesting. Going for a Tinker this game. Trying to outgank the Anti-Mage. Laser does do pure damage, so that goes right through his spell shield. But Jakiro is going to be very interesting here. He's a hero that could see more play, but just plain doesn't, pretty much. His Dual Breath is very good AoE. It's kind of mana expensive, but it's not a big deal. Ice Path is very good. The disable from Ice Path is quite good, up to 2 seconds. And the cooldown is very high, but it's an AoE stun, so it can be used very effectively. His ulti is arguably bad, but he's a very good counter push hero, and pushing hero as well. Liquid Fire is super good against towers. I'm interested to see how Absolute Legends ends up doing their laning, though. Windrunner probably going to be top. We might see something weird like Vengeful Spirit. Maybe it'll be like Venge Crystal Maiden on the bottom. Now, I think they're going to be on the mid. Whenever Absolute Legends plays Tinker, it seems like they always lane him on the safe lane, on the bot lane, so that he can get absolute uncontested free farm and never get ganked. And that's really important. If you look at AL's lineup, the hero, in my opinion, on their team that absolutely needs farm to do well is going to be Tinker, 100%. He's going to need that farm. He wants to get his Boots of Travel. He wants to get his Soul Ring bottle up so that he can spam spells like nobody's business. And if we look at the Radiant team on Navi, Venomancer is very squishy hero. Nature's Prophet is moderately squishy, and the Jakiro is more tanky. Maybe that's, they picked Jakiro before the Tinker, so I'm sure they weren't thinking of necessarily tankiness, or at least they probably weren't, but definitely interested to see how this works out. It's going to be a weird game. Jakiro does never sees play, ever. And Tinker rarely sees play, so thank you, Navi, for picking weird stuff. Oh, ooh, they're gonna pick a Sven. I think this is a bad decision. Possibly gonna do some roaming here with a Sven and a Jakiro. I think they're kind of screwing around a little bit. I mean, if they really wanted to win, they could pick more serious heroes. Sven has a really bad win percentage. It's really terrible on the stats, guys. It's like 20% or something. Really horrible. I personally think he's a really bad hero myself. He has a stun, which is great, and his ulti is good, but his other two skills are pretty bad. Cleave is mostly worthless, and his movement speed thing is kind of nice, but it's not that great. Takes a lot of levels takes a lot of levels to not really get a lot of contribution out of it. So before we get the game started, I'm going to turn down my mouse scroll a little bit, guys. Sorry about that. It'll make the game less crazy for you. So I'm going to lower these down like all the way, and then everything's going to be nice and smooth. He hasn't lost a single game in matchmaking with Sven. We'll see how it goes, Dendi. I mean, Dendi's a really good player. I don't know. Sven has a really bad loss percentage in pro level games, so we'll see how it goes. Nature's Prophet being played by Light of Heaven. Dendi is going to be playing Sven. Yeah, he's 0-6 with Sven. Looks like Puppy is on the Twin-Headed Dragon. AA is playing the Venomancer, and Havas is going to be playing the Anti-Mage. So very interesting heroes, very interesting players. I mean, Navi is playing Sven, for God's sakes. Is he? I think he's going to carry with him. I'm assuming he's going to carry with him here, which is going to be fun to see. And it's going to be really fun to see. Are we going to see an initiation? Anti-Mage is in position using his Quelling Blade. The Gale is going to land on Godot. This is not good for Godot. They're going to have to fight, but the stun's going to hit two heroes. This is looking really bad for Absolute Legends. Stun goes down. He's going to send Musica back. Godot knows he's going to die. Not able to get... Oh my god, they might get Havas. They do get Havas. I can't believe it. Tinker gets the last hit. They do actually get a kill off. If they can survive, another Dual Breath coming down. Shaitan is going to drop as well. And Snoopy now in a little bit of trouble. Wow. Big start to the game. Anti-Mage does go down, though, so he loses any gold he got. There's a Shackle Shot on Dendi. Are they going to be able to get Dendi? He wants to get Dendi, but he won't be able to get him. I can't believe it. Risk now trying to stay alive. Jakiro still down, and Risk is going to barely survive. Wow. Almost got. They so almost got the Sven. Where is he at? Sven, where you at, bro? Jakiro healing up. Dendi now healing up. They almost got him. He actually must have popped his salve and ends up losing a lot of regen there. So let's take a little look at the items. This is really important now. Sven here, missing half of his HP, has one Tango left. This is going to be a problem in his laning situation. In some ways, it's better to just die straight off the bat than it is to lose your regen and then have to now lane with just a single Tango. And it looks like they are going for Carry Venge here, something that has been popularized by Navi. And they're doing a Twin-Headed Dragon Sven lane. It looks like Twin-Headed Dragon going to get some last hits for a while. Jakiro himself only has 2 Tangos. Light of Heaven sitting okay. Musica is going to be soloing in the top lane. He's got plenty of regen. And Risk on the bot lane. Just a single Tango here. Popped a couple in that team fight. And Anti-Mage did end up dying, so he started off at square one there. A little bit of a loss for him. And this lane's looking pretty good for Absolute Legends. The Ventral Spirit supported by Crystal Maiden has lots of kill potential. Jakiro is a little low on mana here. The AoE actually did not hit the enemy team, but I don't know. We're going to see how this goes, man. I think Dendi is going to try to carry here. Venomancer actually gets kill on Windrunner. Sorry, I missed that one, guys. 4-1 currently. Let's look at the gold difference. Still says 500. I don't know if that's accurate or not. And Light of Heaven once again laning against a Tinker, which is pretty good for Tinker. Using that laser is going to make it so Light of Heaven misses for a couple seconds, and he's going to be pretty much unkillable from just Light of Heaven. There's a disable on Puppy, who does get out of position. A little bit of net coming from the Chen, and he does end up going down. So drops his nuke right before he dies, but not going to accomplish a whole lot. There's another laser coming in. Possibly getting last hits. And Shaitan once again going for those last hits. Probably going to get a lot of Wraith Bands early. At least that's the skill build that I've seen Navi go. Lots of Wraith Bands. There's a TPU on the top lane. They want to make sure they grab that rune. And they will grab it. It's going to be a double damage. They had vision of that and knew that it was there. And he's going to go back to the lane with that. And that's going to give him some very, very good last hitting power, which is so nice. It's going to make it so his last hitting gets Musica for the next short period of time. It's going to be wonderful. More chase going on Black Shaitan. He's going to take a nuke from Dendi. Dendi's going to throw one attack in there. And he actually has a bottle finish, so surprisingly was able to get some good bottle gold up. He's getting his last hits now. There's a stun on Dendi now. Are we going to see the slow? There's the slow. I don't think we're going to see a kill going. There's a little bit of miss from Black Shaitan at the end there, but Dendi is fine. He's going to bottle on up. And Risk playing very, very passive on the bot lane. Level 3 currently. Has been killed once. Voss getting more or less free farm at this point. He's up to 900 gold. Picking up 2 levels of mana break, so he's looking to be aggressive. And Ventral Spirit as well going for a bottle. Very interesting bottle carriers. Not something we normally see. Musica looking for a double, or for a double nuke there. He actually, did he miss that shot? That was a little weird. 1,000 gold now on Anti-Mage. Will he go for fast treads? I'm expecting him to just get a really, really fast treads here. Might be picking up a ring of health as well, but we'll see. And of course, does he miss last hits? The answer is no, except for that one. Gank coming for the bot lane. It's going to be Crystal Maiden with the Chen. Do they have the... Yes, he still has the Dark Troll. That's a big deal. It's a 1.5 second disable. Anti-Mage cannot get away from that. Venomancer actually going to be absolutely dead here. He does have 2 levels of Poison Sting, but little does he know he's in a lot of trouble. Unfortunately, they run to the opposite side of him. Nature's Prophet TPing in. There's the Wind Run popped, and they're going to feed another... they're going to find a Light of Heaven TPing right into this, but Anti-Mage is in the mix. Are they going to be able to pick him off? Yes. Will they be able to send Crystal Maiden back? He needs so much time still. 3 seconds. He's going to die. Unfortunately, Holy Persuasion just not high enough of a level. And now Windrunner a little bit of trouble. He's going to go Windrun, and now Black Shaitan coming through. There's the disable on the Anti-Mage, but now he's in trouble. He does have a bottle, but there's no boots on either of these heroes, but the slow is ridiculous, and Black Shaitan's going to end up dying. Is he going to pop his bottle? He doesn't pop his bottle, and he does go down. Big mistake there running into that team fight. And Absolute Legends not getting the best of that skirmish, surprisingly. They weren't able to just drop the Venomancer immediately. Anti-Mage showed up in time. Very, very good team fight there by Navi. Or skirmish, I guess, is probably the best way to describe that one. 4 minutes in here. How is the farm looking? Looks like Tinker is up to 1,000 gold, halfway to his boots of travel, about. Gank coming from the Sven. He is level 3. 2 levels of stun, 1 war cry, and 1 stat levels. There's the disable, and this is going to be it for Musica most likely. There's the stun. Here comes a couple hits, and he will be able to get these. Nice blocking from Dendi. Picks up the kill there. Dendi doing solo mid, or dual mid roaming, pretty weird stuff. And he did have an illusion on mid to possibly fake the fact that he was not there. Or at least make them think that he wasn't there. Kind of weird stuff. Ventral Spirit does have boots now, level 4. Dual Breath coming through by Puppy. And this is usually the best skill build to go on Jihiro. You pick up max Dual Breath, pick up a single level of Ice Path, and oftentimes max Liquid Fire next. At the very least, that gives you the most pushing power. Ventral Spirit still in position. I'm sorry, Venomancer doesn't have any ward levels. It's a little unusual. Usually we see ward levels, but this is going to be a lot more useful against the Windrunner. Magic nukes are the way to shut him down. Another gank coming on Musica. It's going to be Dendi still being aggressive here. He's trying to be aggressive, but he might actually be in a lot of trouble there. We're going to see missiles in a second. And he's popping his bottle, but Chen coming through as well. Are we going to see the Test of Faith? It is going to have to pick off the kill. Unfortunately, he doesn't get it off. He's out of mana there. Dendi's still being pursued, but the nuke comes through. Musica takes big damage, but he will pop his salve there. Nature's Prophet back in the jungle doing some damage to Godot. They do find another Dark Troll Warlord. He's going to want to keep these up as much as possible. 2 levels of Holy Persuasion now. Going to be easier to send back the Crystal Maiden if needed. And now Puppy soloing against Vengeful Spirit. Pretty weird game so far. Level 5 on Ven. She does have 3 levels of stun. Going to be maxing that out first. And Dendi back in the mid lane to farm again. Is going to have a magic wand picked up. Doesn't have anything else past that though. And that's going to be an invisibility rune for the Vengeful Spirit. Definitely a very powerful rune for him. He does pop the invis. I like what he did there. He grabbed the invis. He ran up here where there probably weren't wards. Popped invis and then swings back bottom again. He's going to be trying to get a kill on one of these heroes. It's going to be tough though. Oh my god, Anti-Mage picked up a Hand of Midas this game. How cocky are they? Oh my gosh. I mean, I know they have a big advantage early, but holy crap, dude. Hand of Midas on Anti-Mage? They have to worry about dying early. I mean, there isn't a ton of push coming out of Absolute Legends, but they are They are doing it this game, guys. They're grabbing a frickin' hand of Midas. I can't believe it. Are we going to see the disables on A? There's the hit. There's the stun. Here comes the wave of terror. That's it for the Venomancer. And are they going to be able to get Boss as well? There's the disable. He might actually go down. Are we going to see a stun? 3 seconds, and the power shot comes through, and they pick him off. That is why you don't get a hand of Midas first on Anti-Mage. It's a little cocky. He does pick off the Windrunner at least, but Puppy in a lot of trouble now. Double kill there for, or at least another kill by Ventral Spirit. Nice play by Absolute Legends. Light of Heaven teleports in. Is not successful. But seriously, guys, that's why you don't get a hand of Midas, because if he had a Vanguard right now, he wouldn't have died there. He just simply wouldn't have died. Guaranteed. And now he gives Absolute Legends 2 hero kills. Or was that 3? That was 3 hero kills. They killed Anti-Mage, they killed Venomancer, and they killed Jakiro. All so huge. Man. Navi, man, why are you trolling? Why are you trolling it? Alright, there's the TP to the top lane. Havas is now switching lanes. He does have his hand of Midas ready to go. We'll see if he uses it. Tinker going to be doing some damage. Ooh, he does get his mana drain. No laser for him. Now he's in a lot of trouble. There's the ulti, and he just might go down here. Havas will TP or blink in 3 seconds, but here comes the Centaur stun. Nothing yet. Any Centaur stun? There's the Centaur stun. Damage being done now. Godot going to be running away. Why didn't he send him back? Tinker's going to die now. A little bit of a mistake there by Musika. He should have ran back to the tower at least. And it looks like, yeah, Havas is going to be using... That's why Havas is using the Hand of Midas, actually. He's using it offensively against Chen creeps. Something very cool. Black Shaitan now in some trouble getting dived by 4 heroes. There's a stun on Dendi. The swap as well. Nice play by him. There's the slow. He's taking the damage, and the Ice Path is going to guarantee his death, so... Sven picking up some more stat levels. He does just have a single Warcry haste as well upon him. And Havas now continuing on the top lane, picking up a Ring of Health. But yeah, you can use Hand of Midas against enemy Chen creeps. That's why he's picking up 2 levels of Frostbite. There is a possible... Wow, getting a good kill on Anti-Mage there. Laser Missile, man. And the nice Frostbite from Crystal Maiden. Can't blink out of that. 2 seconds there. Nice pickup. And here comes another gank. Windrunner at a lot of... Oh my god, he doesn't even have a Windrunner right now. He's absolutely guaranteed to die. He could have maybe teleported out. I think he should have teleported as soon as he saw the vision. A little bit of mistake, possibly. Hard to say whether or not he would have survived, but I think he could have. No disables coming. And are they going to get the swap off? Does he even have boots? He does have boots. And looks like Shaitan's just going to pick up a tree out there. A little afraid of getting creep locked, I believe. A little bit of push coming from AL in the top lane now. Chen pulling up another Dark Troll Warlord. That is going to be 2 Troll Warlords. It's going to be pretty dangerous there for the Anti-Mage. He will have a Hand of Midas in 16 seconds, which he will use offensively. I can guarantee that. Dendi is going to pop his ulti, though. They're going immediately on them. And he, wow, picks up the Tinker right off the bat. So big. There's the TP coming out of Snoopy. And more chase from Sven, but, man, he just destroyed there. Picked off a couple creeps.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This is a weird game, man. Weird game. Teleport coming bottom. Nature's Prophet wants to take a tower. There's a salve. Jakiro, 2 levels of Liquid Fire. He does have Arcane Boots. They will pick off this tower as soon as the creep wave comes through. Gonna be an easy tower here with Liquid Fire. And there you go. The attack speed of the tower gets reduced heavily, and Nature's Prophet gets the last hit.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Black Shaitan swinging towards the top lane. Treads with a illusion. Not the best items on him. Risk as well on the top hasn't been doing very good. It's 12 to 8 currently if you look at the gold difference. 4k advantage for the Radiant. Their ganking has just been superior recently. And how's Tinker doing? Does he have his boots of travel? Still doesn't have his boots of travel, man. Pretty big deal. They're going to be defending the mid push now. Here comes the Rockets. Are they going to be able to pick off the Jakiro or the A? Are they going to be able to get Veno? They just need a laser. Get the laser. There it is. 20 damage to the Jakiro, and they will pick off Light of Heaven here. Ventral Spirit looked like he wanted to continue running. He will get that kill at least, but very close call there. Was not able to laser the Venomancer. That would have been a kill, almost killing Jakiro as well. He has a better strength gain, a much better strength gain. So he ends up surviving there. That was pretty much all of Absolute Legends on the bot lane. Showing up for that one. Another Chen creep trying to slow down that push. And Black Shaitan back towards the mid lane. Still doesn't have very good items. Despite being in the mid lane, he should have better stuff than this, unfortunately, for Absolute Legends. By a carry Ventral Spirit, you expect to get at least a couple Wraith Bands, do some damage. Dendi coming through, gonna gank Musika, hitting once, hitting twice. Wow. He is just destroying this Tinker, going everywhere the Tinker is at and killing him. And this is because Navi knows that the only hero that's going to be able to shut them down is a Tinker. And Tinker's died so many times now that things are really looking bad for Absolute Legends. He's died 4 times. He does have 3 kills, but a little bit of mistake by Dendi. He does get within tower range and disabled by Snoopy, but he's going to be absolutely fine there. using his ulti just to pick off that Tinker. Now chasing. There's going to see a TP out by Crystal Maiden. Will he survive? The heal from Chen. Nice heal from Chen. Absolutely keeping him alive there. That was really well done. Light of Heaven also picking up a Hand of Midas, man. They are going Team Hand of Midas here just to shut down this Chen. That's pretty amazing. Arrow coming through. We're going to see some disable on Light of Heaven. Very little chance of him surviving this thing. Yeah, he will get picked off. Tinker gets the last hit. He almost has his Boots of Travel. About time. Black Shaitan in some trouble now, getting chased by Havas, who has agility treads with a Ring of Health. Max Blink as well. He's doing good damage. He has not used his ulti. He used it 240 H damage. Not a whole lot, but he just needs one hit here. He does now have the Blink, and there he will get the last hit. Backing out now. Dendi in position, using Breath of Fire to stop the creep wave. Gonna run into Dendi, who also has a haste rune, and might find Musica. He does buy the Boots of Travel at least, and he's gonna be running away now. Good movement speed. It's gonna be hard for Anti-Mage to catch up. And we will see a little bit of a dive coming on the top lane. Risk will not get Shackle. Are you kidding me? I can't believe it. Gale's gonna miss as well. And they're trying to get Risk here. He does use Wind Run. There's the missile coming on through. Tinker does get a kill on Jakiro though. Sven kills Crystal Maiden. They're still diving a little bit here. Godot trying to help out. There's the Test of Faith. He's trying to micro. There's the stun as well. AA is going to go down. Doesn't even get his nukes off. Sven trying to get a kill, but he's also out of mana. Black Shaitan will not chase this. He will actually. He's now going after it. Looking for a swap. Light of Heaven is going to teleport to the bot lane to pressure while everybody is top here. And Absolute Legends getting a nice little skirmish there. Picking off 2 support heroes for 1. Not a bad trade. Such a high action game so far. I do love the double Hand of Midas though, guys. Literally, the reason that they're doing this, the reason that Navi is going for this double Hand of Midas is to completely shut down Chen in teamfights. They don't even care. In a team fight, what's going to happen is, well, first of all, Anti-Mage is going to get a kill here for free. There's the blink, double hit. He needs one more hit here, and nothing Godot can do. They now know that there's a ward up. Is he going to get the disable? It's not going to happen. Crystal Maiden does drop down the Frostbite. Navi might be... Havas is going to be in trouble. He doesn't actually have a blink, and he gets killed. Not a good trade there for Anti-Mage. He does get the experience, but now he's dead for a little bit, and there is a ping from Windrunner. They don't know. Obviously, they have vision in the jungle. Black Shaitan in a little bit of trouble as well. Will he swap out of this? He could swap out of that either way. There's the freeze coming out of Puppy. He's going to dual breath, but that's not going to land. Dendi going to find a Crystal Maiden. 1, 2. Is he going to get the disable off? He does get the disable off. 3 seconds. Crystal Maiden in some trouble now. There's the slow, and he's going to run away from this. Dendi knows he's not going to score the kill, and that's the problem with Sven, man. He's a melee hero. He popped his ulti for that. He gets a stun off, but then he has to wait 15 seconds. It's pretty rough. Tinker with the Sobi Mask now, getting towards that Soul Ring. And there's a smoke by the Jakiro. Sven is going to start off the disable. We're going to have a Gale as well as the dual breath from Jakiro, as well as that Ice Path. It's still 1 second disable, guys. He's going to run into... yeah, they're going to run into Chen just as he's dewarding. Very tough loss there for Godot. There's a second disable, and they're not even going to need to use the Gale. Well, they did actually use the Gale. He does go down, though. Black Shaitan wants a kill now. Are they going to be able to score one? There's a Wave of Terror. There's a stun now on Sven. Musica a little out of position. Is he going to arrow? He does get the arrow or the laser off, but he's going to go down. Dendi in trouble, though. March of the Machine's doing good damage, and Risk is going to clean up here. Jakiro's the last 2 remaining. That's a 2-for-2 swing. Now going after Jakiro, but you can't lose Tinker to Sven if you have an Anti-Mage free farming, unfortunately. And they do pick him off there. Puppy was trying to trade with the Crystal Maiden, but he was able to stay alive. And where's Anti-Mage at? Anti-Mage is now pushing the top lane, getting more farm. Still has his Ring of Health. Probably going to need a Vanguard next. I think that'd be very smart, especially against a Wave of Terror. When your armor gets lowered, you take bigger points of physical damage, but the damage block from Vanguard is applied before the armor is calculated, so it's very good. A Vanguard is a very good item against minus armor teams. Very good. At least when they're still doing low amounts of damage, so. And most of these guys are not hitting hard at all right now. Tinker could pick up a Soaring. What is this? That's a weird little bug. He's going to teleport and start pushing like crazy using that Soul Ring. No bottle on him. Very, very late Boots of Travel, unfortunately, but he's actually changed his mind, going to the bot lane instead. Godot in the jungle. They still were able to use that Sentry Word to get rid of the Observer, so that is a very good thing.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And top tower is now going to drop. Looks like Jakiro actually got the tower last hit with his Liquid Fire. He does pick up his ulti here at level 8. It's not the best ulti. It does 100 damage per second though, so if people are standing in it, it could be a big deal. Here comes Absolute Legends for a team fight though. Crystal Maiden a little out of position. There's the slow. The stun will come. Only going to land on him. AA Anti-Mage coming right in. The disable. from the Chen is, wow, good send back by Chen. Wow, they actually pick off the Anti-Mage. I can't believe it. Laser coming through as well. Marching the Machines. And, wow, I can't believe this. Venomancer goes down as well. Light of Heaven in trouble. Windrunner does drop. Black Shaitan chasing, though. He's going to get a disable off. Surely, are they going to get it? There's the swap. There's the stun. Light of Heaven going to go down for sure. Puppy now escaping. Sven chasing as well. Crystal Maiden has dropped. But look at that, man. Absolute Legends wins a big team fight. TP back from Tinker. He has no mana anyways. There's the Wave of Terror. They want to get the Test of Faith. 3 seconds. Is Chen going to be able to get it off? It's going to be close. If he gets the Test of Faith, he could score a kill. What's the range? It's not quite close enough. And Dendy will pop Warcry on the high ground, so he's going to make it out very close. Could have gotten nuked down by that. Ooh, and Musica, good play as well. Teleporting the mid lane, trying to get the lead off, but not going to happen. So, all of a sudden, Absolute Legends actually winning team fights. Very surprising. After a really rough start here, Navi just doesn't quite have the team fight that Absolute Legends has. I mean, Nature's Prophet is not really contributing. He's got an ulti right now, but that's about it. Venomancer has a Gale and an ulti, but that's about it. It's not going to hit more than 1 or 2 heroes. Other than the ulti, of course. Sven looking at stun 1 person per team fight. 15-second cooldown is ridiculously high, so. But the rockets are going to come through. I mean, Tinker's nuking 2 guys. Windrunner can do shackle shots and power shots. Chen alone can heal, use his creeps very usefully. And other than that, Ventral Spirit. You know, when you actually get farm into Ventral Spirit, he's going to stay alive for long durations. He's level 13, has 3 Vengeurs this level right now. That's really big. He's going to go straight for Aghanim Scepter. Very interesting. Last time I saw a carry Venge by Navi, they actually went for a Manta style on him. Or was it 4-step? I think it was 4-step with Manta style. Something like that. But now that he's a level 2 ulti here, he got so many levels out of that team fight. They're actually going for Dendy now. Dendy doesn't have that much farm. He's going for a Blink Dagger. And there's the disable Centaur stun as well. And they're going to be able to pick him off with the TP in from the Tinker. And Dendy gets picked off really easily. Doesn't even get a stun there. He is trying to get his Blink Dagger, which will make a big difference if he can ulti, blink, and just drop people, but so far not so good. He is going for the stats build, max stats pretty much with a max, well, he maxes out his stun, gets 1 Warcry for the movement speed, and then gets a ton of stats. So interesting build. And finally, Absolute Legends going to get some advantage here. Are they going to swap on the Jakiro? He's going to drop down the Ice Path, but it doesn't really accomplish a whole lot here. And there's a wave, a little bit of nuke coming from Puppy. He's getting some last hits. He is going for Mechanism, but it's going to be a while. It's a TP out by Light of Heaven. How's the Anti-Mage doing? That's a real question. Anti-Mage has been dying kind of a lot, guys. He just has, wow, he's going straight for Battle Fury, no Vanguard. And there's a Hand of Midas use. How's his last hitting? He is sitting at 105 CS. Dendy has 46, 42 on Jakiro, 85 on Nature's Prophet, but on the Dire team, 71 Venge, 58 Tinker, 65 on Chen, and 37 on the Windrunner. So, I don't know, man. It's looking good for Absolute Legends. I didn't think this was going to happen. I thought this game was pretty much over already, but Tinker doing pretty well. He's at level 11. He's got Boots of Travel in the Soul Ring. Despite getting ganked a crap load in the early game, he still has decent farm. He's going to pull the Ancients back. This is going to allow him to do March of the Machines on that. Black Shaitan coming through as well with a Wave of Terror and a Venge Aura. They're going to be able to pick that up. He's going to find a Haste Rune. Very nice pickup for him. He's up to 1400 HP, very high in survivability. A little bit of ward from Venomancer. Power Shot coming through, clear the creep wave, and I think they're going to try to take this tower now. Looks like Chen is coming with a couple creeps, and he has a double Centaur and a Troll Warlord. Very, very good ganking items. Now, on the bright side for Navi, they do once again have a double Hand of Midas, so their farm is just going to continue to be ridiculous here. And Vengeful Spirit pushing up the mid lane, doing damage to the tower. Chen's still hanging back a little surprising. Looks like he's going to swing back towards the top lane, which Navi is actually pushing. And they're going to take the tower. If they can defend this tier 2, that will be a nice little advantage for them, but Havas pushing on the mid lane as well. Up to level 15. There's the TP supports. They're going to defend the top tower. X Musica going to do a double March of the Machines here, and swing back towards mid lane probably, and they defend all their lanes. So nicely done by Absolute Legends. They're getting a slight tower advantage. And how's the gold graph? Ventral Spirit looking for a kill. He's going to find the Anti-Mage. Is he going to get the stun off, though? There's the Blink. Dendy in position. He does have his Blink Dagger. There's a swap. Nice Blink by Dendy. Going to get him a little bit far forward, and nice play by Black Shaitan, knowing that it's a little dangerous. Possibly going on the Jakiro. They're thinking about it. No swap, though. Alright, what was I going to check? I can't remember now. Can't remember. Dendy does have the Blink. He's going to make a Bracer. Possible Django coming out of him. Just to stack up his HP a lot. A lot of Absolute Legends is together here. Oh yeah, Gold Graph. That was it. 5k. Hasn't moved in a while. It's been plateauing. It's very much plateaued. Look at this thing. Woo! Very, very plateaued graph despite having an anti-mage. They're going to try to take the top tower. A little bit of mistake possibly from Absolute Legends. They will possibly take mid, but trading a tier 2 for a tier 1 is not worth it. And even then they haven't taken the tower. They're going to back up. They're going to lose top, and they're not going to accomplish anything. A little bit of indecisiveness coming out of Absolute Legends there. They can't lose trades like that. They have to keep getting, or have to keep the advantage stable. They're going to find an observer ward, so they did expect that. Nice play there. Figuring out where that observer was. It's very tough to find that stuff, guys. And there's the smoke. I like how they counter-warded right before they came for the gank. Really smart stuff there. But Puppy is running back. He's going to go find his mechanism. He does have the farm. And Ventral Spirit, Venomancer picking up a Mithril Hammer. Wow. I guess he's getting a Black King Bar. I'm not really sure. They're going to find Light of Heaven, and we're going to see a swap on him. I believe. Don't tell me. Oh my gosh. Is he going to survive? Ooh, that is a rough loss there. Wow. Rough loss for Absolute Legends. Hoping for an easy kill, but he's actually going to pick up. Yeah, he's going for a Sheepstick. He's got the Void Stone already. Very, very tough loss there for Absolute Legends. Using smoke, all of their heroes pushing. In the meantime, Havas still pushing top. He's got his Battle Fury as well, so his push potential is ridiculous. And Sven in position as well to blink in case he needs to be defended. And in case a single hero comes. They probably thought that it was just an anti-mage there. If a Crystal Maiden shows up to defend this, if Ventral Spirit shows up, they could possibly get a good kill. Absolute Legends looking a little indecisive now. What do they want to go for? Are they going to go for a Roshan? I don't believe there's any vision. No, there's Navi not going to get any vision there. They will possibly see the Ventral Spirit. Are they going to notice? They did. There's the ping. I think they realized, but the damage coming towards Roshan may be too much. The minus armor aura plus the plus damage aura is just so big on Venge, which really increases the damage that your team does. Mech coming down, and Roshan will get picked up. Who's going to grab it, though? It will be Ventral Spirit picking it up. He almost has his Aghanims, 100 gold here, and he will have an Aghanims. It's going to let him swap so often. I believe it's like 15 or 10 seconds or something ridiculous. Anti-Mage still in the jungle, though. Jakiro continuing to farm as well, and Light of Heaven now on the bot lane. He's getting very, very close to his Sheepstick. Well, not very, very, but he's getting close to his Sheepstick. And now Absolute Legends pushing up the mid lane as 5. Who else is coming? The Brown player. Risk is coming. Are we going to see heal? Unfortunately, all these Centaurs are very low HP. They're most likely going to have to mech this up here. It's a Jakiro illusion. They're probably not going to fall for it, though. There's a Shackle. They did actually cast a lot on him there. Casted a lot on him. And now he's coming through. Are they going to team fight this? Here's the TP support. They're going to let the tower fall. There's the disable coming from Jakiro. There's the Breath of Fire. He's going to ulti on this as well. Catching Godot, and nice play. There's the heal now. And the ulti from Crystal Maiden doing not as much damage as they were hoping for. And Anti-Mage clearing house. Wow, his ulti hits 3 people. That AoE, man. Going after the Tinker now. Nice swap stun from Black Shaitan. Possibly going to keep Muzka alive here. And he's going to back up. Very smart decision making by Havas. They're not diving for that. Would have been pretty dangerous. He might have gotten the kill, but also might have thrown his life away, which would have ruined their push. They did get 2 heroes there for nothing. Good plays by Jakiro. I especially loved the Macro Pyre and then the Sprout from Light of Heaven. Very, very good. Actually utilizing the Macro Pyre very well that way. Tower does drop. Ventral Spirit does have his Aghanim, so he's looking at a very, very short cooldown. And he can now actually swap with creeps and neutrals and stuff. Cool things like that, but Navi pushing a lot more now. Roaming together. And they're going to pick off that tower. Anti-Mage does get the last hit once again, and he's very close to his Manta Style. Once he gets this, oh, and they find the stacked Ancients, very unfortunate. Stacking Ancients for the Anti-Mage is never a good thing. I'm sure he's happy to find that. Looking to push back on the bot lane. We'll see what he goes for. 4 staff finished on Windrunner. Mech is on the Chen. So, I mean, Absolute Legends items aren't looking that bad. Tinker needs to get a Sheepstick, though. They were probably hoping to have the Sheepstick much earlier. But unfortunately for them, he's died too many times in the early game. If you look at the gold graph, it jumped from that plateau, and all of a sudden we're at a 10 and climbing just by taking all those towers and winning a team fight there. That's really all that needed to happen was Navi just needed a really good team fight, and they finally got that with initiations from the Jakiro. Yep, and Venomancer is going for the Black King Bar. It's going to keep him alive against the Tinker much more. Since they don't have a lot of physical damage, at least Absolute Legends doesn't, if they just get a bunch of Black King Bars on a bunch of heroes, they're going to be sitting a lot better. 2 levels of Wark right now on the Sven. And there's Anti-Mage swinging back to the bot lane, continue farming with his Hand of Midas. Anything else new? They still have the Aegis at least. They do a smoke. Sentry Ward drop, that was actually a very old Sentry Ward. There's a heal, trying to keep Musuke alive, and he will actually go down to Dendi. Are they going to be able to pick up the kill though? They are going to run into him. Oh, they almost went that way. And now they all just gave vision, and it's daytime, and they know they're there. Dendi knows where they're at. Oh man, he's going to stun like 3 heroes. Dendi being such a jerk here. And then blinks down to the low ground. Tough loss there. Havas with his Manta Style. Yes, here come the TPs. Nature's Prophet coming. But the tower damage is getting ridiculous. There's the stun. He's going to Manta dodge it. Such a good play from Havas. And he'll immediately blink out. Now that he has that Manta, he has so many more tools to avoid getting chased. It's ridiculous. Anytime that Crystal Maiden uses Frostbite, he can Manta. Anytime somebody gets a minor disable off or something. What was that? Oh. Okay. I think I figured it out. When they all TP'd, I think Sven tried to stun them. If he would have stunned them, they could have taken their racks, because that would have been this many support heroes. And I think the stun finally hit them. And they all happened to be standing next to each other. That was pretty funny. Sheepstick finished on Nature's Prophets. Things are looking good for Navi. Looking very good. Gold per minute sitting pretty high on all of Navi's players. Not horrible on Absolute Legends, but they are at a gold disadvantage. Pretty good creeps for the Chen. And Snoopy defending the bot lane, as well as Black Shaitan. Still just sitting on his Aghanim Scepter. Haven't really been able to utilize that as well as they would have liked. And Musuka going to TP back. Continuing to farm as much as possible, but there aren't really as many locations. It's kind of dangerous to teleport to all these different lanes, very commonly so. And the game's not over. Everything's going to change as soon as Musuka gets a Sheepstick. Because then when you're in team fights, he's going to Sheep, he's going to rearm, and he's going to Sheep. And if you can keep the Anti-Mage continuously sheeped, you can kill him. It's not that hard. His HP isn't that high. He does have the magic resistance, of course, but he's only sitting on 1400 HP. The nastiest thing about him is going to be this Manta Style. That you're going to create multiple illusions. We're probably going to see Crystal Maiden save his AoE for when Anti-Mage ends up splitting. Because when Anti-Mage ends up splitting, you can nuke down those illusions a little bit and know which one's the real one, in which case we're going to see Sheeps coming. Tinker's very, very close now to his Sheepstick. He might get picked off. Nope. Navi is in position, though, in case anybody comes down. And there's a Mithril Hammer on Sven as well. He's also going for a Black King Bar. So much money on Anti-Mage. If he picks up a BKB, though, I think the game is over. Because with Magic Immunity, he's going to be absolutely fine. There's no one that's going to be able to do the damage to him. There's a Vlad's on Chen. That's actually very good. I think Vlad's is probably the best item against Anti-Mage. Honestly, you guys may undervalue this, but 5 armor to all of your heroes. Look at the armor level of Crystal Maiden. She has 5 armor. That's it. If you double her armor, I mean, you're giving her twice as much. Well, that's not an accurate way to say it. If she gets 5 armor, that's a free chainmail. That's 5 times 6 is 30% more estimated hit points against physical damage. That's a big number. It's basically giving her 300 HP. Big deal, guys. Especially against an Anti-Mage, because he does so much physical damage. If you just increase the armor levels of all of your weak support heroes, it makes a big difference. The armor is probably the best component of Vlad's. It also gives you damage, 15% damage over to all of their allies. They don't actually have a melee hero, so nobody gets a lifesteal, but they don't care. There's lifesteal on these, very, very negligible, but it gives them more damage, it gives them that armor, and they're going to be able to possibly fight the Anti-Mage. Here comes the team fight, though. This Black King Bar by the Venomancer. He's being aggressive. Light of Heaven TP's in, trying to kill the Ventral Spirit, who's going to actually stun on Dendi. Are we going to see a swap out? He hasn't used his swap yet, but Light of Heaven does go down. He does swap right before he dies and pops his wand, but I think he will end up dropping. Havas chasing now, picks off a lot of heroes. Crystal Maiden and the Chen dead. And Ventral will respawn there, gets a kill on Puppy. And Navi's actually going to have to back off there as a result of the Aegis. So, nice swap catching Dendi. But are they going to chase it? They still will get a decent cooldown. Look at that, man. Holy crap. They just need vision of Dendi. He's got such a big ulti, and there it is. Now he's going to go after the Ventral Spirit. The stun goes down, but now he's in a little bit of trouble. His allies were actually not coming there. A little bit of a miscommunication. Now Black Shaitan's going to end up dying for nothing. Windrunner drops as well, and now Tinker going to drop to the Anti-Mage. Pretty big mistake there. Miscoordination, or at least Black Shaitan getting a little ahead of himself. And now we're going to possibly see a Rax drop. That was a Windrunner dying for nothing. that was Ventral Spirit dying for nothing as well. I think he was expecting his allies more of his allies to be around, but everybody was dead pretty much. Chen was gone, Crystal Maiden was gone, and they end up getting a very, very nice team fight and push coming through. Alright, bot tower is down. Chen going to be coming after this, but there's the nuke. He does have a Reaver now. Crystal Maiden getting cheaped. We're looking for a blink on Anti-Mage, but he still can't blink yet, and he's just going to go straight for the Rex instead. Good heal there by Godot. And will he be able to save the melee racks? Anti-Mage with his heart. He's going to be healing up 60 HP per second right now. It's such a big deal. Taking a few hits here. And there's the Penitence. Is chasing after the Chen though. Chen backing away. There's the Test of Faith nuke to keep his HP low so he doesn't regen. But the tower does, or the barracks does fall. And Absolute Legend's not looking too good here. I think it's pretty safe to say they're at a pretty big incline. 20k gold. Wow. They really needed to win their lanes a little bit better. I think their mid lane could have done better here. And once again, the ganking from Navi was just a little too strong. Picking up Tinker, making his boots of travel very delayed despite him being on a top lane versus a Nature's Prophet. So if I was to say where did they go wrong, that was why, man. Also, if you guys are wondering why I keep changing the camera view, it's a observer bug. If I'm not in one of the 4 broadcaster slots, occasionally I can't click on heroes, which you've probably seen a few times. If you've been paying attention, I'll point it out next time that it happens, but basically I wouldn't be able to click on any other heroes except for Tinker, so the only way to fix that is to change the camera view. So see right now, look, I'm trying to click on the Crystal Maiden, it's not happening, it's always switching to Tinker, so to fix that I have to change position. So gank coming now on Black Shaitan, he's going to get picked off here, the damage is too high, the heal comes from, yeah, and there's the sheep, that's it, he goes down, man. Now the push coming, Frostbite lands on Anti-Mage, but he's going to continue pushing here. Not looking good for Absolute Legends. Godot getting out of position. Miss Micro there. He runs too far forward. He almost gets disabled with the Force Staff. Barely saves him there. Big save by Risk. A big Miss Micro from Godot. What is he doing, man? Keeps running forward. And the chase coming. He does get the Arcane Mech off, but he still goes down. Havas now changing targets. Gonna pick off Crystal Maiden as well. They do get Dendy at the very least, but Risk also likely to drop. He does have a Force Staff in 2 seconds, and here it comes. Wow, the damage from Anti-Mage is ridiculous. Is he going to die? But he was thinking about it, man. They're going to take out the top racks here. AA getting healed up by the urn. Very interesting Venomancer items. What a crazy game. So many different things going down here. Venomancer with a very, very interesting build. Opting to go for a Black King Bar and an urn. So many Hands of Midas. And they finally kicked in, man. They're going to take the last racks and be absolutely fine. Musca trying to finish the sheep stick. He will grab the sheep, but he's getting chased now. Is he going to blink out? And here comes the TP. TP, man, you got this. And there's the TP. He won't make it. Man, that sheep lasts forever. Holy crap. So he does finish his sheep stick, but 34 minutes is not as fast as they wanted it to. If they could have gotten the sheep stick finish much earlier, things would have been a lot differently. But Shaitan going to be disabled now. Musca TPing in on the Nature's Prophet. No sheep cooldown for Musca. He's going to get sent back. Actually, there's a swap by Venge, and he will pick off that kill. Now taking a lot of damage against the Anti-Mage. He's going to ulti this, get the AoE there. And Ventral Spirit will drop Nature's Prophet. TP is back in. A nice sheep from Musca to keep Windrunner alive. And the good game gets called by Black Shaitan. They know it's over. Very well played by Navi. They're going to win this best of 3, taking it 2-0 here. Pretty surprising. Well, not necessarily super surprising. I think they were higher rated than Absolute Legends was, but very fun game to watch. Very interesting play styles here. And definitely a fun game to watch, so Navi going to finish it off. Taking the final racks. And Navi definitely proving that they're one of the best teams right now, taking a win against the number 2 ranked team on Gosu Bets at least. Most players would agree that Navi is the better team though. Avos being really aggressive, he actually has a Mystic Staff, opting to get a Sheep Stick, I'm pretty sure. But he will not actually make it in time. He's going to blink back, finish off the Ancient Fortress, and we're going to see Navi go on in the defense here. Dendy looking for initiation. There's the Black King Bar. That is going to be some dead heroes. Oh my gosh. The damage being done is just really high. Plus 246 right now. Takes a lot of tower damage though. Smooth's in a little bit of trouble. And that will be it, guys. Alright, we're going to wait for the score screen here. Seeing how things are going. A couple disconnects coming. But what a good game. Holy crap. And there is the score screen, guys. 13, 5, and 7 on the Anti-Mage's gold per minute. It was very close to 700, 698. And AL just not getting quite as much early advantage as they needed there to win the game. So, very fun game. Very interesting picks by Navi. They can always just mess things up. Look at that. They picked Sven and Jakiro, and they still won the game. Very weird stuff. Not even having to stick to their very typical. So, fun game for watching. Thanks for watching, guys. Very awesome, fun game. And I will see you guys later. I might have a coaching session coming up in a second, so stay tuned if you guys want to see something like that. But if not, I'll see you guys later. Bye.